We built this city on rock and...
Welcome back to Towns.
We're not doing anything.
Brilliant. Right,
Celebration time. The roof is finished.
Mm.
And how are we celebrating? Well, I have a nice, chilled can of Carlsberg.
I'm just having a can of Coke because I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll just put in the order to delete this next bit of scaffolding, Velerious. Are you going to take that away? You taking a bit of scaffolding? Go on, take it away, Dad. That's a good girl.
Just nice. That's like a green hat, so that's like
Yeah.
I've lost two.
Right, so whilst I put in some orders to get some stone, in fact,
to harvest.
yes, get a harvest.
Harvest all the blue flowers as well, just in case we need them.
Okay,
Then we'll put in all of some stone.
right, go get some stone. So,
Welcome to Religious
Yeah.
Education 101.
Bible studies, Velerious. So,
Indeed, because when I did RE, right?
this is what happened. Okay,
Okay.
so God, right? Presumably, God had been around for some time, okay? Because there's a whole kingdom of heaven and everything. Although the Bible does sort of say that He created it in a day, but I don't think they were meant to be Earth days. So it could be like thousands of years that God spent making knowledge.
It's
So God creates heaven, okay? And there's all good shit going on, right? And then one of the angels, Lucifer, the angel of light and music, right, decides he's had enough of this, and he's gonna try and challenge God. Now, bearing in mind, in the Bible, the Christian God is omnipotent, that is all powerful, and omniscient, which is all knowing. So God knew full well the moment He created Lucifer that He would eventually rise up against him. And even though He knew Lucifer was going to rise up against him, He let it happen, right?
All right.
And then as punishment, He turned Lucifer into Satan, cast him down into the pits of hell. And basically God's like, well, now you can live in hell, right? And that's it. That's all I'm worried about. Now, Christianity believes that, sin is caused by the devil tempting man. So God basically just allows the devil to tempt man at will. He doesn't interfere. He thinks, yeah, this is fine. This is perfectly acceptable. So then he goes and makes this garden called the Garden of Eden, right?
Yeah.
And in the garden, he puts in it this tree of knowledge, right? Go look at the stone.
Yeah.
I've just put orders in for them to mine it, that's all.
I know, but it's more exciting.
Oh, right.
Yeah, nothing. So, yeah.
Right, where was it?
That he was putting in parts of the Bible.
Yeah, no, so he puts this tree in the Garden of Eden, which is the tree of all knowledge, right? And if you eat the fruit off this tree, you will know everything that God knows, right? Now, bear in mind, God is all-knowing and knows everything, right? So He knows full well that when He makes Adam and Eve, they're going to eat the fucking shit off this tree, right? He knows it's going to happen, but He does it anyway, puts the tree there, right? Puts the snake in the Garden of Eden, knowing full well that the snake's going to cause all this shit. He makes Adam, right? And this is where it gets a bit dodgy, right?
Because the woman...
In Judaism, Adam's first wife wasn't Eve, it was Lilith, right?
Right.
But Christianity just completely ignores Lilith, right? And we'll go with their version because it's a bit easier to get your head around. So in Christianity, God makes the Garden of Eden, puts Adam in, and Adam's lonely and asks God to make him a companion. So God takes one of Adam's ribs and makes Eve.
Yeah.
You said this would be interesting. There's nothing happening
Yeah,
there now.
minded all now.
So God makes Eve, and Eve comes down, and the snake says, "Here, Eve, eat the apples off this tree of knowledge." And so Eve does, and then she gives the apple to Adam, and Adam eats it as well. And now God knew all this was going to happen, being the all-powerful, omniscient being that He is. Still gets incredibly pissed off about it, right?
Right.
Even though He put the fucking tree there and created the devil and the snake and everything. So it's all His own fault, but He decides to blame Eve for it. Now, the reason that this happens is because back in the day, women were second-class citizens and they needed a way to keep them under control, right?
You're going to get so many comments about this.
No, but this is true. This is like, because back then women were second-class citizens. The men did everything,
Yeah.
and the men obviously invented all the religion, which is why it's against women. Because they didn't want the sort of situation we've got now, where women are equal and, everything intermingles. So the idea was to demonise women, and the way you do that is you make them responsible for eating the apple on the tree. And basically the punishment was God cast Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden onto Earth, right? Still knowing full well that the devil would be allowed to go to Earth and piss people off. He sent them out there. He made it so that they don't live for 1,000 years, which, although some of them still did, because the Bible's weird like that. A lot of them were over 1,000 years old. The characters in the Bible.
Yeah.
People like Adam was about 940 when he died. Noah was nearly 1,000. And another one of his punishments was that childbirth would now be incredibly painful for the woman as punishment for the woman being the one behind it all.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of other like similar sort of things, and so that's why that's how it all ended up being women centric. Even though when you look at it all, God, what a bastard for like setting all these wheels in motion, knowing all this shit was going to go down.
So. I can't remember why I asked you to explain that to me. Fairly sure there was some kind of reason.
I'm sure there was. I've already forgotten because it really is so dull. So if you ever do read the Bible, you will be bored shitless.
Yeah. Well,
let's put an order in for some of these trees.
I just like
so
the fact
yeah,
that,
I mean
the devil's meant to tempt man into doing things as well.
Yeah, which is pretty much his job. It's the job that God gave him. But then, if the devil succeeds at tempting you, you then go to hell. It's like that's not very fucking nice, is it? To create you and then someone designed to corrupt you just so you can go to hell. And there's a lot of ways you can go to hell that you wouldn't even think about. Like if you have a tattoo, that's it. You're not getting into heaven.
If you're smoking.
The reason for the tattoo thing, because people are often surprised about this. I had a friend who's a Christian, and when I told her she wasn't allowed to heaven because she's got a tattoo, she was like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Well, obviously at the time it was to discourage tribalism.
Yeah.
Because the tribes were the ones that would have tattooed themselves and stuff. So it was to discourage that and encourage a sort of civilized society. So that's why. But technically the rule still stands. So if you do have a tattoo and you're a Christian, sucks to be you because you're going to hell for marking your skin.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Is that a new steamo?
Even though it's all bollocks. I don't know because you can't see it on the vid anyway, so let's not discuss the fact that your steam overlay pops up every time I try and do things.
It does pop up every now and then, but to be honest, it really did look kind of odd then when you did that.
I'm also realising we're going to need scaffolding down this far side now because someone's going to get stuck up there if I don't.
I think actually you're okay for one layer up. It don't matter because they can still
We are because they can move onto this wall and come off.
Yeah.
But I'm still slightly worried because they are quite derp, so they'll probably find some way to get stuck.
No, I think not only that, but they can lean up and put one there because they've done that before.
But I'm gonna do it anyway, Velerious.
Oh God, what are you doing? Don't delete all that flour. We need that. Oh my God.
I know, but we also need scaffolding, and that's more important.
Disgusted. Oh God.
So
Also, do you do all them walls without doing the door first?
We don't need the door because we're not putting scaffolding in front of the door. Well, there's one in the way there. You don't put scaffolding in front of the door.
Oh no, I meant for the roof. Because I was thinking of putting roofs on, but you're not yet.
No, we've got to do the wall first.
That's a long way away.
Yeah, isn't it?
What is that green?
How did you like the crash course in Christianity then? Was it fun?
Oh, it was absolutely enjoyable.
Did it float your boat?
That one day thing, I probably think is God's day. Also, what would happen, right? You know, some planets like rotate slower, so you have longer days.
Yeah.
If we moved to, like, say, a planet that had longer days, right?
Yeah.
In the terms of working,
Mm-hmm.
a 30-hour week is what we work now. How would they do it, like, there? Would they still go for 30 hours, or do you think you would get milked for a bit more?
Are we talking from a religious perspective or a...
No, an actual just
from I don't know. It would be awkward.
Because if you think about it, right? If you had like
a day would be longer, but you'd still only work for like say 8 hours a day.
Well, name one of them places. Because I just think that 8 hours a day now is like kind of quarter a day, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's like you.
Actually, it's 1:30 a day.
You've got to remember that it's too complicated, Velerious. It's too complicated. There's so many factors you have to take into account.
I just wonder if they'd move it up to like.
But
this is like like trivia. It's like Stephen Fry stuff.
For the Christians, it doesn't matter because God didn't create any of the planets. There's only Earth, the Earth, the Moon, the Sun. That's it. The other planets don't actually exist, Velerious. That's just scandalous lies from the devil.
I wonder what would happen when we moved to another planet. Then would we like fix the Bible slightly?
Well, the funny thing is, other religions are a bit more flexible. Like the Jainism, they just say, "Oh yeah, well, God just made all the other planets as well." Not a big problem.
I'm waiting for Christianity to just turn around and go, well, yeah, God did get a bit bored at some point. Just thought,
Well,
the
Jainists work off the assumption that God just made everything. So just because we haven't discovered it yet doesn't mean he didn't make it. So if we go out and find a new planet, it's like, oh yeah, that's cool, God made that. And the Jews sort of, they have wise men who sort of reinterpret their holy book, the Torah, every so often to like, so for instance, they accept evolution because they say, fair enough, we've proved this works. Obviously, it's, God simplified it at the time for the men that he was talking to at the time because they wouldn't be able to understand the concept. So there's that.
What kind of religion would you say you're into? Or is it like little parts of religion, do you think?
Well, what interests me?
Yeah.
All of it interests me because it's fascinatingly crazy.
Yeah, but if you have like some kind of belief in a little bit of it.
Oh no, it's all a load of bollocks.
So like, I believe in reincarnation. I have a little bit of shred in me does believe in reincarnation.
And that is called hope, Velerious.
Yeah, well, still the idea if I come back, I could be a pigeon or a pig. Might be a pig.
I think I've been punished enough. I don't want to come back.
Yeah, but you could come back as a pig.
Oh, God, what? And then I'll get turned into lovely sausages and get eaten by a fat man.
Yeah, but before you do that, you can slop around in mud all day. There's like nothing else to do.
Just like every day.
No, you don't have the mud.
Right, what layer am I on? Layer 1, so we need to go to layer 2 and lay scaffolding.
Scaffolding on
there. This is some MLG scaffolding going on.
Oh good God, it's so amazing. I'm excited. Look at them all pulling out their ass TARDIS. Boop, boop, boop.
Look at it.
Oh, I wish they made
fast
sound
scaffolding
effects for
goes
like
up.
when you put it down, really annoying sound effects that go like boop, boop.
Like a supermarket.
Yeah.
Boop, boop. Boop, boop.
It's like I was playing Fear and the helicopter started crashing and Jay went, what's going on? I went, all the dials are going boop, 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 boop.
The Zoidberg copter.
Smash. That would be quite good. What should happen, right, is if a plane's going to crash or a helicopter, something funny should happen.
There's someone in the market, by the way. It's a fucking bulldozer. What the fuck? Dwarven caravan.
Oh my God.
Oh, so they're your iron merchant then.
They have short things because they're dwarfs.
This is all iron, yeah.
It's small as well. There won't be any big stuff because they're dwarfs.
Wow. Wow. So there you go. But this is coming along, so that's a bonus.
It looks quite nice now, to be honest.
It will do once his roof's up as well. It's
I'm
going to look
loving
really
the
pretty.
windows.
Shut up.
They're going to now be working, building weapons in the pitch black.
Oh,
Ding.
does it matter?
Ding.
Does it matter?
Fuck my hand. I couldn't see because it's so dark. Going in the storeroom, I'll just get some wood out of this barrel, shall I? Oh God, a raccoon! Oh shit, it's the raccoon barrel!
This roof is so ugly because of that horrible texturing.
Welcome to the next episode where we destroy this roof and replace it with a better roof.
Yeah. Come on, Debs, really. I mean, whose job was this? All you had to do was put a blue square on a brown square and make them line up, and you failed.
Blue square on the brown square with a square.
You put the blue square on the brown square.
What was that song that was like his wrist bones connected to my wrist?
It's
What?
them bones. Them bones, them bones, them dry bones.
Who was it?
Oh,
Dr.
the
Nick.
comedy version, yeah, Dr. Nick off Simpsons, when he goes,
The red thing's connected to the blue thing.
The blue thing's connected to my wristwatch.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was good.
And your favourite. Ho ho ho, Merry Fishmas.
Merry Fishman.
Your favourite part of Simpsons.
That is a good bit. I do like that.
People are probably sat there now thinking, they watch Simpsons.
It's fair, I haven't watched Simpsons for ages. But it's good quality entertainment. You can't go wrong with a bit of Simpsons.
Look at it this way, it's either Simpsons or Hollyoaks. To be honest, I think I know exactly what I'm watching.
Thou shalt not watch Hollyoaks.
God, that click is so annoying.
Let's have a look at the stone situation. There's a load of shipping going on. I've not even been looking at it, but there is.
We've been discussing Lucifer and diabetes and whether that God was.
It's dicks. Never mind.
Wasn't there a God that was called diabetes?
Diabetes? No. There was a couple of Greek ones. There was Dionysus.
Could you imagine the irony?
The god
right?
of wine.
Could you imagine the irony now of being called diabetes by your mum and dad and then actually getting it?
Why would anyone call you diabetes?
Not getting it, but being born with it. Well, it'd be a good name. It's quite posh.
Diabetes.
Yeah. Well, I suppose you could change it a little bit. Diabetes.
Imagine going to school and being called diabetes.
Oh god, I can't wait till I get a kid. I'm going to call it Poop Feast or something.
No, that's already been taken. You can't call it Poop Feast.
I'll call it Batman.
Batman's been taken.
God,
That guy did it. You gotta be a bit more creative.
Pants Fiddler.
Pants Fiddler. Yes. Yes.
Pants Fiddler, come on.
Pants Fiddler.
Pants Fiddler, what were you doing with her? I was fiddling her pants. Oh, don't you tell me that, boy.
God, I'm glad I don't live in your head.
I hope to be like one of them little rustic dads as well, with like fucking whips and shit.
Dwarven Caravan. I wonder if that rogue's buying shit off him.
Hello, I would like to buy your iron tools. Alright, lad. What kind of tools would you
Doesn't
like?
appear to be affecting his equipment.
Why am I a fucking Yorkshire kid? Is he selling his stuff?
I don't think so. Oh no, that's a different rogue.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, is he just going, please,
Look,
take me.
the elf's almost level 50. That is incredibly bad.
Well, when the elf gets to level 100, we'll have to celebrate.
This guy's actually got Goblinite helmet. Wow.
We'll have to do like the drunk episode or something.
Oh, look at the attack on that elf. Fuck me.
Could you imagine the drunk episode? There'd be so much bollocks said.
The drunk episode? We're not doing a drunk episode. you talk so much shit.
Yeah, but I'm the kind of guy who likes to go around.
I'm the kind of guy who likes to go around talking bollocks when I'm drunk.
Is that how the song goes?
No.
I've never heard it.
No, it's I can't remember how the song does go actually.
Come on, Eileen.
Poor Eileen.
It's all you can say. Come on, Eileen. Oh, you poor bitch.
Oh dear.
Come on, Charon. Let's build some windows.
No,
Put
no
them
windows.
on the blacksmith. They can't see
look,
them too.
Just look how good it looks now that it's starting to build up though. It's like, oh, pretty soon, Velerious, this will be an actual street.
I could have been a singer. But I was just too much of a minger.
Oh God.
I'm meant to be the drunk one here. You're only drinking Coke. What's going on?
Hilarious.
Velerious, 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 Velerious.
Velerious, 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 Velerious.
What was that off as well?
It was
Developers.
It was the
Developers,
wasn't it?
developers.
Was it a Valve thing or was it Sony?
No, it was I think it might have been Microsoft Windows actually.
Oh, yeah, it was Microsoft. It was one of the Microsoft expos, and the guy just came out and developers. Velerious, Velerious.
He only did it like 4 times.
Yeah, but someone
then they did
remix.
that, and then they got every other time that he said developers throughout his entire speech, and he's just literally just sat there going developers, and ironically that was at the Microsoft Windows one where they were running it all on Microsoft Windows in the background,
crashed.
and it's blue screened.
Yeah.
And I think wasn't that the one where Valve was at as well?
Valve did a fake blue screen
Yeah.
to have GLaDOS like take over to announce the release of Portal 2, which is just fucking brilliant. Good old Valve. It was the Sony Expo I was thinking of was the one with the guy. It's Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer. Like wow, welcome to 10 years ago, Sony. Ugh.
It's like I showed you that Nvidia gaming console now, didn't I?
Yeah, Nvidia. Did we mention that? Did we talk? about
Yeah,
it?
we spoke about it. We didn't mention too much because the fact that we didn't mention it was handheld as well.
Yeah. The problem is talking about topical things. It takes a week before these actually hit from
But
when we record
good
them to
news
going up.
Good news is it's only an idea at the moment. By the time this
Yeah.
episode comes out,
By the time
you'll
we
probably
mention
be
it,
owning
yeah,
your
yeah.
Nvidia gaming console.
You'll be able to
You'll
buy
be
one.
watching us on YouTube on your Nvidia gaming console. Hello, this was a mistake, wasn't it?
No one's actually going to buy one. So
It
you know.
depends actually, because of the fact they've gone with Steam on this. It is very tempting. And people who do have good standing with Nvidia would like it.
I can't see it being massively popular.
I don't know. I mean, when you sat on the bus, I just
Just-
want to flick open my Dead Space and start playing in front of everyone on the bus. I don't know why people never think
Right.
of this first.
Velerious, let's talk roofs because we're coming up for time and we need to plan the roof for this section.
Can we have a brick roof?
The brick roof. What about one of these?
I said fucking brick boy.
There isn't a brick roof. These are our choice of roofs.
Build a wall over the top of it.
I don't know if you can do that, actually. You might be able to.
I don't want to try it. I'll fall on them. I'll just put this wall up there, sir. Oh, God.
It could end up being a disaster. Let's just pick a nice roof.
Oh, my God. We need orange, purple, and green on each one of these buildings, respectively.
No, let's just do one colour for the whole thing so we can get it done nice and quick. What about green? Do you like green?
No, orange.
Yellow?
Orange.
Yellow.
Orange!
Orange. This one.
What do we need? 2 stones?
Just stone for this one.
Brilliant. Not even colouring. Do that.
Alright.
We don't even need to bother with colouring. That is genius. Cheap, but genius.
Let's,
Oh, God, now I sound like a game designer. But, sir, we could make this really good by getting the texture fitting just right. Nah, just leave it. It's only a degrees out. No one will notice.
Fuck them, it's only 1 degree. It's not like it's going to look shit or anything.
But, sir, look, this is one we built earlier.
Dwarves
I can't
are leaving.
see any problem.
Dwarves are leaving. They've had enough. They're going home. In that weird-ass machine.
It's like that thing that chases after you in L.A. Noire.
It's like the fucking thing that chases after you in Labyrinth. You know, the thing that cleans the
gosh.
tunnels
Yeah.
with the little goblin pedaling behind it.
I haven't seen Labyrinth in ages.
Oh, I love Labyrinth. Best film ever.
Take up your head. Take up your head. You put one toe in this bog of eternal stench, you'll smell forever.
The bog of eternal stench.
Brutal man.
We'll let them put these 2 bits of roof down before we call it, I think. We're going to have to get a load of stone now because we've made it out of stone.
Stony stone.
Dicks. We should have made it out of wood.
What have we done?
Never mind.
What have you made out of wood and stone? I wasn't even
Don't
paying
matter.
attention.
Yeah, there goes the last bit. Right, hang on. Let's put some orders in for stone and we'll call it.
Stone.
So,
Stone, magical
let's
stone. It's hard and picky.
let's dig out that. I like that.
Famous last words.
Right. Calling it there, Velerious. We'll just give everyone a nice aerial view of the wonderful finished roof.
This is what you have been watching for over 12 billion episodes.
Yeah, people are
Thank
still
you.
sticking with us, so
Thank
much
you
we did something
very,
right.
very much, people who are enjoying this and wanting to see more.
Yeah.
We've been very vocal in recent episodes, discussing certain things, because obviously, as the comments start coming in, we start getting a bit more vocal as well.
Yeah, it's nice to have
like,
things to talk
It's
about.
like speaking to an audience as well.
Yeah.
Whereas before, when we put this out and having no views, you know, you kind of get a little disheartened.
Starting it is a bit hard because it's always
Yeah.
like you don't know who your audience are, sort of thing. Once people start commenting, you can be like, hey, right, so...
So do remember, your comment will be taken into account no matter what you say, unless it's spam.
Well, yeah, within reason.
If you're going to post naked pictures of me, then at least do it tastefully.
What?
At least paste my body on someone hot, like Jennifer Lopez.
Right, that's it, Velerious. I've had enough.
Actually, no, that's been my head
Wait.
pasted on, not my body.
God.
Why it'd be Jennifer Lopez with my body? That'd be terrifying.
Jennifer Lopez on your body, oh my
I
god!
might Photoshop this myself. This could be the ending screen for every one of our talents.
Do your own shipping, Velerious. Self-shipping.
I might write my own Yowie fanfic between us.
Alright, seriously, say goodbye, Velerious.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.
He's big and fat around, he bounces on the ground. It's me! I'm Evil. Ooh, me legs, me old legs. Ow, me pins.